guys, what's up? It's AnnaLouise, and today's video, I thought it would be good if today's video was going ahead and just comparing my first spawn to my second spawn that I just got done with. I actually sold out, so first of all I want to thank everybody and anybody who has bought a fish from me, even if it was last time, or you know, if you bought one both times, or if you bought one this time. Just everyone, thank you from the absolute bottom of my heart. It means so much to me, and I will always hold you near and dear in my heart forever. Genuinely, it means so much to me, more than you could honestly ever know, and I truly do mean that. So thank you so much, and thank you to everyone who just complimented my fish and said that they are beautiful and that you really liked them. That also just means so much to me, so thank you for that. Okay, it is literally so hot in here. Okay, hopefully I can do this without literally burning to a crisp. But anyway, let's go ahead, and I really want to compare this spawn to the last spawn and kind of go over the differences and similarities, which comparing them is going to be really freaking interesting because they were very different. So I will also show some like clips of fish that I have kept and ones that I have here now, and kind of show you with comparison with that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right in today's video. Alright, so my very first betta fish spawn started last April. I believe they were born on April the 4th, and they were koi plakats, and they were technically like fancy marble koi. I had very few koi, a lot of just really fancy marbles. They were absolutely beautiful, and like I said, they were plakats, and if you are new to the betta fish world, plakats are short-finned bettas. So I want to really start out by talking about the whole breeding process itself. Basically, it took them around, let's see, 1.5 days to spawn and produce the eggs into the bubble nest. So I kind of went a whole night waiting. I woke up that morning, nothing there, went to bed that night, and then woke up the morning to them spawning. So it took around a night and 1 day for them to have eggs in the nest. That is a pretty normal time. Bettas can take anywhere from like a few minutes, really, honestly, when you put them in the tank, up to a few days to spawn. So the way that my mother and father of those babies, Sunny and Penny, spawned was very average. So we had that like that. Now for my most recent babies, who are the half moons, they are long finned, mother being Bull and Rapunzel. The way they spawned was completely different. I released them on a Wednesday night, September the 20th, I believe. Maybe it was the day before, but I do believe it was September the 20th. It was September the 19th, actually, that I released them together, and within the hour, they were already starting to try to breed, and I was shook. Literally shook. So I was already really excited, and like, how has this already happened this fast? But they didn't that night. But when I woke up that morning, there were eggs in the nest. So that evening they didn't, but that morning when I woke up, at some point there had been eggs in the nest. So they bred really fast. They started to attempt to breed within the hour that I put them in the tank, and then by the morning I woke up, I had babies. So first spawn took a little longer. This spawn was really fast. So now talking about the sizes of the batches of babies that I had. My very first spawn, I believe I had 65, it may have been 64, but I do believe it was 65 babies. And unfortunately, I do believe 3 of them had crooked spines. All of them did pass, but the rest of them were perfectly fine. So that was that. With my newest spawn right here, I had 34 babies. Now, none of these babies did have crooked spine. I did have a little bit of an issue with swim bladder disorder at the very beginning, which is very common in new little babies. They just eat a lot and they get bloated, so it takes them a day or two to get kind of cleansed, I guess you could say. So 34 in my most recent spawn, 64 in my previous spawn. I do remember now, it was 64 because I thought it was cool how they were 64, they were 34. 4 at the end. That makes sense. So one thing to note with my very first spawn that I had, after they had bred and in the first couple of days, this is when I didn't even know how many there were. There were a few that did die. Like, I had to pick them up off the bottom. They were so tiny you could barely even see them. There was maybe like 3 of them that died. In my newest spawn, I had none at all to die in the whole entire like raising portion, like the very first couple of days, which is really, really good. So that was a little bit of a difference there. I guess they were just like stronger. This whole new batch of babies that I've had, the long fin half moons, have seemed to be stronger growing up. Like they just grew up faster. It was weird, which I'm gonna get to. So now the next little point that I do want to hit, other than them just growing along in their stages, around 1 month old is when I start to feed other foods just besides live baby brine shrimp. This is when they can have a little bit of a bigger mouth and start to really try to eat other foods that are non-living. This gets them on the dead food, I guess you could say, that normally you would work up to for when you sell them or keep them. Like, we're basically trying to work our way up to normal food that the everyday person feeds the fish, because they're obviously not going to be on baby brine shrimp their whole lives. So around the 1 month mark with my very first spawn, I tried to feed them the Repashy gel food. Now, if you have been a watcher of my channel for a long time, then you would know I have really, really love that food. I feed both of my spawns. I have fed both of my spawns that. I've talked about it a lot. And with the very first group of babies that I've had, my koi PLAKAT, they literally took about 3 hours to even realize that the Repashy gel food was food. They just were not having it. They were not interested in it. The same with my Tubifex worms that I put in there, and like the other little like Daphnia flakes and stuff like that. They took quite a long time to catch on to the fact that it was food. But with my most recent long finned batch that I just got done selling, as soon as I put that Repashy gel food in there, and you can look back on my video where I started to feed them that, they immediately went after it and started to eat it. So they literally were a lot more advanced in realizing that food could be non-living. They literally jumped at the food and started eating it right away, which is really, really, really good. And it was just amazing to me how different they were with eating compared to my first spawn. I don't know what was going on in their heads. I don't know developmentally like how far ahead they were, but they were really a lot more ahead in picking up skills than my first batch. So like I said, they were a lot more ahead, and not only were they ahead in eating, but they were also very much ahead in coloring up and growing. So my very first spawn took quite a while to grow pretty big and quite a while to really gain their coloring. Now, they were in no means behind. My first spawn were absolutely healthy. They had great form. They were absolutely perfect. I love them to death. They were definitely not behind. They were just behind my newest batch, if that makes sense. So they took a lot more time to grow bigger and gain their colors in. Basically, it took them to a little bit over the 2 month mark to really start getting bigger and to start getting their normal color, not just their basic color that they first get, to like really start getting in those colors that they would later, you know, continue to have. So they took that long. My newest spawn literally started getting their color and started growing big with long fins right at 1 month. That was so shocking to me because I just wasn't used to it, and I was like, what the heck? Not used to that at all. So they started growing, getting long fins and getting their bright colors way before my first batch, which, I mean, like, that was kind of confusing to me. And at first I thought, oh, well, like maybe it's their long fins that are making them look bigger, but nah, they grew fast. And I literally jarred them still. I literally started jarring some of them right after 1 month, and I thought, this is crazy. Like, is this even good? Because I thought they are so advanced. I kind of had to learn all over again some of the things that I did the first time, because this spawn was so different than my first. So basically, taking that information, my very newest spawn, my half moon that I just sold out of, once again, thank you very much, they grew a lot faster. They picked up on things a lot faster. They ate their regular foods a lot faster. I jarred them a lot faster. It was all such a fast process that I feel like it didn't even happen. Like, honestly, I feel like this didn't even happen. It was just that fast. So with this spawn, I have decided to keep one boy and one girl, which I have also showed in another video. And in my last spawn, I kept 2 boys and 1 girl. Now, as we all know, Sundrop was the mascot of my channel. He was my main man. And we all know that he's gone now. Last night I even had this experience where I walked into my room and I literally thought I saw him swimming, and I was like, girl, you got some problems, because he's not in there. Because like I'm having a really hard time letting go. I kept him. Of course, I didn't expect him to randomly disappear like he did, but he did. And so I did have him. But I also kept Shang, who means the world to me as well. He's in my 5-gallon that is on one of my armoire dresser things. And then I also kept Chimp, my beautiful little koi female. And now in this spawn, I kept a gorgeous girl that I am named Clarice. And then my boy that I've kept is a full cellophane, and he does have a name, but I haven't revealed it yet, because soon I'm going to be doing a video where I set up his tank and put him in it and all that and decorate it. So like I'm wanting to wait for that. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, show you this tank. I'm gonna show you the 5-gallon that my boy I kept from my first spawn is in, and then I'll show you the 2 that I'm keeping from this spawn who are still in their jars, because I'm still finishing out sending out the very last group of fish. So here is Sundrop's tank, may he rest in peace. And here's Shang, the boy from my very first spawn that I kept, that is Sundrop's brother and Chimp's brother. And he has marbled so much. He's gorgeous. I love him to death. He's a great fish. Okay, and here is the little boy that I am keeping from my newest spawn, which I will be making a video soon. I bought him a brand new tank that we're going to be setting up and decorating. And here is my literally amazing female. She's stunning. Here you can see her colors a lot better. If it would focus. Gosh, I wish it would focus. That's so annoying, and the jars don't help. But still, this is her. You will be seeing a lot more of her though, so don't worry. So stick around, because you will be seeing more. Alright, you guys, I really hope this video wasn't boring or confusing. I just really wanted to sit down and make a video where I compared the 2 spawns so you guys could kind of know, because I obviously live here at my house every day and see for myself, but you guys haven't really gotten to know how different and how alike they were. And I just thought that the results were quite interesting. So like I said, I hope this wasn't confusing. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel, which you can do by hitting my face right here, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right here, and it would mean the world to me if you would do so. And I really hope that you have a great day or night or whenever you may be watching this, and I will see you guys in my next video.